Game Chat with Bwana, episode 53 is numerous uno.
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
This is Game Chat with Bwana. This is Game Chat with Bwana, episode 53. Welcome everybody. Today is it's April 2nd, 2012. We are here at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We are late because usually we do this every Monday night at about 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But guess what? It's about 8 o'clock. Bwana had stuff. Stuff came up. Bwana did stuff. Bwana posted on Twitter that, hey guys, I'm going to be a couple hours late. So if you don't already, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Bwana, so you can be abreast. You can be kept up to date as to these changes, these massive things that happen that just change the whole rotation of the earth and make the ground tremble and cause earthquakes in Guam and also make your face melt because they're so drastically different. Follow me on YouTube at youtube.com/IOBuffer. Some of you are already watching me on YouTube, so you already know where you are. In case you don't know where you are, you can subscribe. Click that subscribe button up there. Help me out. Help a brother out. Help a brother out with this game chatness of Bwana-ness, because that's what we do here. And what we do here at Game Chat Bwana is that we talk about the last 7 days of gaming news, and we try to find the best stories on the internet. We try to find everything that everyone's talking about that's relevant to stuff. And when we find that stuff that's relevant to stuff, we talk about that stuff here at Game Chat with Stuff. And then that stuff comes out of the microphone and I go, stuff. And then you guys go, oh, stuff. And then we go, yes, stuff. And then towards the end, you come up with your own stuff and you post it to our forums at bwana.tv/forums. And then that stuff becomes part of the show. And we talk about your stories. And then the final part of the show, we have what's called title stuff. Title time. Title time at the end of the show, where you guys come up with a snazzy title that kind of takes all the stories, elements, and all the titles, and we come up with something witty, something funny, because you guys got that sense of humor going on. Everybody here got the funnies, because the funnies is what Bwana.tv and Game Chat with Stuff does. Check it out, guys. We're going to go ahead and get started with Game Chat 1, episode 53.
Game Chat with Bwana would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners: Twitch TV, Wirecast, YouTube, and 123 Systems. Thank you all for your support of Game Chat with Bwana.
Let's go ahead and get started. For our first story, we're going to talk about some sad news. Sadface.mkv. Oh boy. We're seeing the end of an era here, guys. Zipper Interactive is officially no more. This is a studio which brought us the famed SOCOM series, which was the darling of the PlayStation community. So long has, when you talk about titles akin to the Halo series on the Xbox 360, and I guess you can talk about the TF2 / Counter-Strike community on the PC. PlayStation had a very adamant community in their SOCOM community. This game was beloved by all, mainly SOCOM 2. I don't know what just crashed, but I hope it's not important. And SOCOM 2 was definitely one of the staples of what was happening with Zipper. Now, since then, they've made a bunch of titles. They've made a lot of stuff. And one of the more recent ones that I reviewed on my channel at youtube.com/IOBuffer, you better subscribe, but was MAG. Massive Action Game is what it was called at E3, but it just got shortened to MAG at release. And I really, 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 really love that game. And I was so sad that it didn't take off as much as it didn't really sell as well as it could have. Because they really took a chance with how they did things. It was a massive game, huge implications, command structures, commanders and squad leaders and orders and different object. It was so objective based. It was crazy. If you just ran out and tried to shoot people in the face, you didn't do well at all. So I was really a really big fan of MAG. And the good news is, if you read this article, is that those games aren't necessarily going to go away immediately. So let's look at their official statement, because this started as a rumor, and it didn't end up being an official statement. SCE can confirm the closure of Zipper Interactive, a Seattle-based internal game development studio that has been part of the global development operation of SCE Worldwide Studios, WWS. The closure is a result of a normal cycle of resource realignment, pretty much layoffs. Zipper has all work associated with this most recent project, Unit 13. And this is for the PlayStation Vita. Zipper titles MAG, SOCOM 4, which I'm going to talk about in a second, and Unit 13 will continue to be supported, including new daily challenges in Unit 13. Now, SOCOM 4 was overall a disappointment. It got a lot of hype, and I think Sony made a mistake by using SOCOM 4 to promote the PlayStation Move. I think they use Zipper as a test bed for PlayStation Move. I mean, when you heard about SOCOM 4, it was pretty much that's all they were talking about. What was all the cool things you could do to PlayStation Move. Now, PlayStation Move is not necessarily a failure, but I really think they should not have promoted it as much with SOCOM 4. Because I played the beta of SOCOM 4, and it was average. It wasn't, wow, blow me away type stuff. It was average. I thought MAG was a better game than SOCOM 4. So it's sad to see that this studio went under. It's sad to see that they're no longer going to be making games, and we're not going to see sequels to the titles that we love that they've made, unless Sony decides to keep making them, or you may see a Kickstarter program come up from former Zipper Interactive. Hey, we got a Kickstarter for MAG too. They might do something like that for PC. A lot of you PC gamers like MAG, man. They were like, man, I wish MAG was on PC. It felt like a PC title. It did. MAG really felt like a PC title on a console. So, finally, the Zipper Interactive CEO, I think it was the CEO, posted on Facebook, or actually it was the official Zipper Interactive Twitter account, posted, after 17 years, it's time to head off into the sunset. 17 years, man, that's a long time. Some of you aren't even 17. A sincere thank you to all of our fans for everything you've done for us. Farewell. So they had approximately 80 employees, and they're going to be closing the studio. So check it out, guys, over on PlayStation Lifestyle, PlayStationLifestyle.net. They got the details about Zipper Interactive going under the dead. Next story is not any better news. We talked about game closing down. Now we're in this phase of studios closing down. Woo, boy, Sega. They're not closing down per se, but Sega had a really bad year. So as a result of that, they're going to be canceling some of the games they're working on. They're going to be cutting on some jobs in US and Europe. This started out, again, as a rumor that they were going to do this, and then Sega came out and confirmed it. So the closures and the layoffs and the things that just keep on happening. So the forecasts for the fiscal year ending March 31st have been adjusted down. Net income is down almost 50%. That's a huge drop. So what they're going to do to account for that net income drop is to basically cut overhead and basically reduce operating costs, which means layoffs and consolidation, realignment, all that kind of stuff. You guys know boring stuff, but it involves people losing their jobs. So this is going to be a streamlining of the operations in US and Europe to create a smaller company, because obviously they want to cut their operation costs because they're bringing in less money. The good news is that Sonic Football Manager, Total War, and Aliens are still going to be, you know, their main titles. So if you're a fan of those titles, they're not going to be going away per se. But other projects they were working on, you know, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Maybe some unannounced titles they were working on are going to be canceled. They expect profits to drop from 38 billion yen, or $462 million, to 20 billion yen. That's all. That's crazy. It's almost in line with their profit drops. So the cancellation of the projects in this reform is estimated to have a 7.1 billion yen price tag. So it's going to cost them a lot to do that. So here's their official statement. They actually came out, confirmed this rumor. Due to the challenging economic climate, blah, 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 we're going to be realigning. We're not going to drop Sonic. We're not going to drop Total War. We're not going to drop Football Manager. And we're not going to drop Aliens. So it's going to be a realignment of their business. So poor Sega, poor Sega, they are in disarray. And they're trying to regroup and get their act together. So we're going to be hoping that they do. Because this is a studio. This is a studio that we do not want to go away. I remember when Sega stopped making hardware and people started panicking left and right, because it was always Nintendo versus Sega for a long, long time. And then Microsoft and Sony kind of came on the scene and pushed Sega off the cliff. And then Sega said, okay, we can't do hardware anymore. We can't compete anymore. So we're just going to focus on games. And everybody was like, oh, that sucks, but we'll be all right as long as we get Sonic. Now the software is in trouble as well. Check it out, guys, over on joystick.com. They got the details over there. Sega canceling games, cutting jobs in the U.S. and Europe to restructure, and an official statement by Sega of America is in this article as well. Keeping with the tradition of the bad news train of the bad news, this is a shocker. This is a story that I just didn't see coming. I just did not see this coming at all. And you're going to see why when we talk about it. Best Buy reported a 1.7 billion loss. Now, what does this have to do with gaming? Well, a lot of us buy our games and gaming equipment and consoles and peripherals and cards, pretty much everything gaming related from Best Buy. And it's kind of a shocker that they reported a 1.7 billion loss. 1.7 billion loss for the last quarter. Now check this out. Check this out. When looking back over the entire financial year, Best Buy had lost 1.2 billion, an alarming difference when it compared its earnings from the year prior. A year ago, they had 1.3 billion in profit. So it is a complete flip-flop. It is a complete flip-flop. And I buy a lot of things at Best Buy. It's not just games and gaming equipment, but, you know, TVs, DVD players, DVDs. You know, I'm a big Best Buy guy. I buy a lot of stuff there. But when I thought about it, this past year, I didn't go to Best Buy as often as I used to. You know where I went? And this is a trend that we're talking about. You know where I went? I went to Amazon.com. Amazon.com got a lot of my business this past year. And it was mainly due to their Amazon Prime membership. Get free shipping on a lot of stuff. So those things I used to drive to Best Buy to get are now being shipped to me free from Amazon. Now, I'm a Best Buy rewards customer. I got like coupons and stuff up the wazoo. I still go there from time to time. But this is a huge, huge turnaround. And we talked about Game, which recently came out of administration. It's not part of the stories, but they did come out of administration with a new head of whatever. And Game pretty much suffered closures because they had a lot of credit problems. I don't think Best Buy's in that boat. But they are going to be closing 50 stores. So if you see your local Best Buy closing down, this may be why. This may be why. $1.7 billion. That is an enormous amount, guys. I don't know if you can get the enormity of this. But they had a 1.3 billion profit last year, and now they have a 1.7 billion loss. That's like, phew, that's like the steepest curve you'll want to see. What's attributable to this? What attributes to this? I don't know. I really don't know. But like I said, personally in my household, we didn't go to Best Buy as often. I was cutting a lot of costs anyway. But if I needed some electronic, or I go to Newegg and order something, or I go to Amazon. Amazon got a lot of my business. So what about you guys? Did you buy anything from Best Buy? Why did they lose so much money? Check it out, guys. This is over on PlayStationLifestyle.net. They got the details over there about Best Buy losing $1.7 billion, and also they're going to be closing 50 stores as a result.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Okay, now that I've depressed everybody and talked about zipper closing and freaking Sega, freaking Best Buy, let's talk about some good news. Those of you on the PS3, you guys are getting an update, or have already gotten an update for the Battlefield 3 game, where you shoot people with virtual guns and you go, haha, I win. And the reason why I'm bringing up this story is not necessarily the patch notes, because we talked about that in the past. But I was kind of, last time we talked about this on Game Chat with Bwana, I was kind of confused as to what they were going to do with custom matches or servers or dedicated servers on consoles. I was like, are they going to do a peer-to-peer type thing or whatever? Turns out they're going to do server rentals. Server rentals. And it is kind of interesting that you'll be able to rent a server for one day. This, guys, is probably one of the most brilliant things I've seen EA DICE do in a long time. They've done a lot of stupid, but there have been so many times and so many occasions where people just want a server. They're like, oh man, I got a bunch of my friends online. Let's go play Battlefield 3. Oh, we can't find a game. $1.50. Boom, impulse buy. Let's just go rent a server for a day and play some games. All right, I got 50 cents. I got 50 cents. I got 35 cents. I have a nickel. I have a dime. I have 6 pennies. Put all that money together. Hopefully it'll reach $1.50. And you can go and just get your game on for a day. That's a great price. Even though it's kind of high, it's a great impulse buy price. Like, oh, $1.50? Yeah. But then it gets a little bit more expensive as you go up. 7 days is $7. Then you get that 30-day, $25. That's a little bit higher than what some of the third-party people are offering for the PC platform. Then you got 90 days, which is $70. Woo! So if you're a big console gamer for Battlefield 3, and you're like trying to form a clan or something, and you want to get some private matches going or things like that, this may be an option for you. Whereas in the past, it wasn't. Before, you had to rely on, basically connecting to what DICE servers were available. Now you have your own private servers. Private servers are fun, guys. You can have a lot of fun with them, especially if you got a community like mine, or you just got a lot of friends. Maybe you got 5 or 6 friends that just want to play. Maybe do some machinima, make some crazy videos with C4 and tanks. Need I say more? C4 plus tanks equals funny. C4 plus Jeeps equals funny. You can just have some fun on the server for $1.50 a day. This reminds me of what we did on New Year's Eve with our Minecraft server. I paid like $8.50 to rent like the biggest Amazon server they had for like a couple hours, and we just went on there and just blowing up stuff. It was the best $8 I've ever spent because we had so much fun doing that. It's that temporary rental type of thing where you just shell out a little bit of money, and you can get some access to resources for a short amount of time. So this is now available to console owners. PS3, Xbox 360 is going to be getting it soon, and on the PC, we already PC we dedicated servers before you were born. PS3, welcome to the master PC. Ow! PC master race. Welcome to break my arm. Welcome. I don't have dandruff. Somehow there's a lot of dust on my shoulder. Check it out, guys. This is over on joystick.com. They got the details over there about Battlefield 3 update today. It's already out. PS3, PC, Xbox 360 soon. Now, speaking of Battlefield 3, now we had good news. Now it's time to talk about that bad news. Ooh. Some people may like this, but this kind of goes along the vein of the. You guys remember the Speck pack? I call it Speck pack from Battlefield, the Bad Company 2, where you shell out some money, you got weapon unlocks. You basically pay for weapons. I didn't like that then, and I don't like it now. They're doing something very similar again with Battlefield 3. And they're encouraging new users to buy unlocks. And it's so weird because this is a pay-to-play game and this is a free-to-play model. They're taking a free-to-play model and they're bringing it to a pay-to-play game. Which is kind of cheating, EA DICE. You're not allowed to do that. I'm going to have to send you to the principal's office. You pay $60 for the game or whatever you get. I don't know what you pay for. And then you can pay for weapon unlocks early that you would earn in the game. You know, that's... If you're going to do that, why don't you just make the game free to play? Seriously. Through these shortcuts... People can buy these shortcut kits. They will unlock various class and vehicle-specific items, weapons, and upgrades, usually reserved for players who serve countless hours in multiplayer. While they range in price and no doubt utility, this move is sure to cause some bad blood between fans who want to preserve the game's learning curve reward system. This is going to encourage people to be derps. By leveling up and putting in the time in the game, you learn how to be a team player. You learn how to, play the objective. You learn the importance of the weapons. You learn how, you gotta learn where you came from. You gotta start with a pea shooter. You work your way up to this golden LMG with rifle scope and panda barrel. This panda barrel shoots magical pandas. Somehow, when this gun shoots pandas, it kills the entire team. You must first learn to kill enemies with a water gun. And you will wet their nostrils and cause them to choke. And they'll shake on the ground, and while they're on the ground, I'll shoot my magical golden panda gun at them and kill them on the ground. I don't even know how I came up with that. But by unlocking weapons, the point I'm trying to make, by unlocking weapons, you really go through the process of learning how to play the game. And by shortcutting that, I don't know. I don't like this business model for a pay game. Because you're buying weapons. That's almost kind of a pay-to-win scenario. Because in most free-to-play models, you have to earn weapons, but, most of the good free-to-play models, you earn the weapons and you pay for the cosmetic stuff and the attachments and things like that. Boy. But I don't like where this is going. I don't think it's going to ruin the game. It's going to encourage people to play badly, but I don't like this business model because it's moving towards okay, let's combine what we already have with the system that's already working for free to play. So it's like they're saying, let's just get more money. More money, more money, more money. Let's double our profits. Let's give them the pay-to-play model and the free-to-play model in one and make it pay-to-win just like Battlefield Play for Free. Which is a pay-to-win system, by the way, guys. If you play Battlefield Play for Free, you know it's a pay-to-win system. EA's good at that. I don't like these shortcuts, guys. I don't like them at all. And I hope that it doesn't catch on. I hope other studios don't do it. I'm speaking with my wallet. I'm not buying them. I'm not going to encourage you guys to buy them. Don't buy them. Earn the weapons. Go into the game. If you're going to play Battlefield 3, go into the game, earn the weapons. Hey, if you don't have a lot of time, just get on a meat grinder server. Get on freaking the Subway map. I forgot the name of it. Just go on there and just fire at a spot for 3 hours and you'll get 16 levels. There's ways to level up fast in the game. Don't have to pay for it. Check it out, guys. This is over on escapistmagazine.com. They got the details about Battlefield 3 updates. Include paid shortcuts. Now, let's move on to that other shooter. Yeah, that other shooter. Call of Duty. Yeah, we're rolling around back to that November time frame again. We kind of had a little bit of break because Modern Warfare 3 is still, you know, surging through the veins of the COD owners. But now details are starting to form around Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2. And the changes that are listed in this rumor. This is not confirmed, by the way. This is all rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. The rumored release date is November 6th. We know it's going to be in November. It's always in November. But some changes have been made. Number one, they have introduced a new mode called Escort, which is going to be similar to Search and Destroy. However, you have to escort a live player to one of 3 areas. Now, I played a mode in Killzone very similar to this. I think it was called VIP mode or VIP or something like that. So it's not necessarily new. Other games have had this. It was a fun mode. Basically, you had to protect the target. Drop Zone and Kill Confirm will return. And Team Defender and Infected will not return. Infected was actually fun. You guys don't like when I say positive things about COD, but Infected was fun. I'm surprised they wouldn't do that in Black Ops, which is probably going to have zombies. But this is all rumor, so it's not necessarily confirmed. Point streaks are going to follow the Modern Warfare 3 system of probably the support and the or I don't know what it's called anymore. I haven't played Modern Warfare in so long. Larger emphasis on objectives. Bomb plants, newer flags are going to be, points are going to be blah, 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 blah. Here's a big thing. In Modern Warfare 3, they have the Specialists. That's what's called, Specialists. Specialist point streak has been modified. Now you don't get like a perk every kill, up to 8 kills. And then you get all the kills at 8 kills. They're going to give you 2 kills give you 1 perk, 4th kill gives you 2 more perks, 6 kills give you 3 perks, and the 8th kill gives you 4 more perks. So you don't get every perk when you reach 8 kills. You go watch these streams and people who post videos on YouTube of how they get these Moabs in Modern Warfare 3. They probably run Specialists because you are superhuman. By the time you get 8 kills, you are superhuman, and you know, you're kind of OP at that point. The RCXD won't return. Aw, the little car won't return. They've got a new reward called Heat Vision. When you get the required points, you get wall hacks. Those of us who play Blacklight Retribution know about them wall hacks. Them wall hacks are nice, but everybody gets wall hacks in Blacklight Retribution. Basically, you get the scope that will be able to detect enemies through most walls. And it can only be attached to primaries and not including shotguns. So it's kind of like a heartbeat sensor on crack. Yeah, I said it. Item packages require 5 points, blah, 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 all this stuff. Now, here's another change, another major change. 15 prestiges, 50 ranks, but every 2 prestiges, there's going to be a 5 rank increase. So it's going to be kind of a linear curve upward. And the final prestige is going to be 90 levels. So the more you prestige, the more levels you need to go. And I imagine the amount of XP is going to increase as well. So getting that final prestige is going to take a lot more grinding now. They pretty much increased the grinding level by a big, big, big margin. There's no Moabs or nukes. You know, Treyarch has been good about that. No last stand. Robert Bowling, former employee of Activision, said this before. He got on stage and used an expletive and said, "No more last stand." And no death streaks. And no flamethrower attachment. Map design is going to be following Black Ops, not Modern Warfare 3. That's good because I think Black Ops had better maps than Modern Warfare 3. That's my opinion. No aim assist on any sniper rifle, so quick scoping will probably be a thing of the past. Aim assist is what makes quick scoping so easy on the 360 because you just have to look kind of at a guy, scope, and boom, you're beamed in on him. You just have to pow, pow. It's harder on PC to do this. Let's see. Appearances have been changed. A person will now bleed out if severely injured in hardcore. This is cool. No grenade launchers in hardcore. Respawn timings decreased, blah, blah, blah. Perk system 2.0, they're going to update perks, and combat training with bots is going to be improved. So these are just some of the things that are coming, possibly. These are rumored things that may be coming as a result of some Black Ops stuff. Hopefully some of this is true. Some of it is good, but some of it, guys, it's oozing that rehash codness. I don't see anything in there that says, man, I gotta buy Call of Duty. It's approaching the Guitar Hero phase, if it's not already there. I don't know. I mean, I think the 360 is really keeping this game alive. A lot of PS3 owners are playing it, but 360 is really keeping COD alive. You gotta wonder when the 360 owners are gonna move to a new game. They're gonna say one of these days, man, I don't want to play. Like Jimmy Okoda's friend at lunch, he'd be like, nom, 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 nom. Hey, you wanna play Call of Duty tonight? Nom, nom. And you'll go, oh, Jimmy, I don't wanna play Call of Duty. Jimmy let you go, what? And you're like, oh, Jimmy, Call of Duty is boring. I don't want to play it. And you'll kill Jimmy's internal brain. One of these days that's going to happen. One of these days that's going to happen, and the Call of Duty-ness may fall when that does. Check it out, guys. They got the details on PlayStationLifestyle.net.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Okay, movie time. Daddy's getting the movie up.
Hi, my name is Matt Higbee. I'm the creative director on PlanetSide 2, and here's some highlights from our 2012 Game Developers Conference gameplay demo. Keep in mind that everything you're seeing here is an alpha and is absolutely subject to change before ship. PlanetSide 2 is a massively multiplayer shooter. Thousands of players can directly compete in enormous battles. The scale in PlanetSide 2 is unbelievable. Environments are huge, with continent maps that span dozens of square kilometers. In addition to being enormous and beautifully rendered, each continent in PlanetSide 2 is handcrafted to support gameplay on every square inch. Things like time of day and weather provide meaningful changes to the battlefield, helping to reinforce a true sense of place. In PlanetSide 2, 3 unique empires compete for control over the world, battling over bases and facilities in order to secure regions on the map. Each of our capture points is about the size you'd expect to see an entire map in a standard FPS game. And because PlanetSide 2 is a persistent game, when you capture a base, the map doesn't switch and load the next map. Rather, it's yours until someone comes and takes it back. This helps to reinforce the meaning of the massive scale combat as well. Here you can see my Reaver gunship, which I've spec'd out with some air-to-ground rockets to allow it to do a really good job of being an anti-tank vehicle. I could spec this vehicle out to be more air-to-air focused or anti-infantry focused. There's lots of different customizations available for each vehicle to really allow you to customize the exact play experience you want to have. So now we've switched over to ground vehicles and I've gotten myself a Vanguard tank. Similar to the Reaver, I can customize this in a variety of different ways, making it a really strong anti-tank tank, or a really strong anti-infantry tank, or even a really good anti-aircraft vehicle. Each Empire has their own unique battle tank that has its own cool customizations. But PlanetSide 2's ground vehicle gameplay isn't limited to just tanks. We have support and transport craft such as the Sunderer, which allows an entire squad of my teammates to get from one location to another. At its core, PlanetSide 2 is a player versus player first-person shooter that combines visceral, moment-to-moment action and massive coordinated team play. Infantry combat is front and center in PlanetSide 2. You can select from 6 different classes, each with their own unique abilities, advantages, and weapons, and then team up with a few hundred of your closest friends and embark on some of the largest scale battles ever waged in an online game. Weapons, classes, and abilities are all richly customizable, allowing you to make choices about how you play based on your role or situation. You'll unlock new customizations as you progress, which will enhance your combat effectiveness, but we've been really careful to make sure your total player power remains balanced, so that a 5-year player and a 5-minute player will be on equal competitive footing. PlanetSide 2 is going to redefine online gaming. To be sure you're part of the experience, make sure you sign up for beta by going to www.planetside2.com. Thanks for watching.
Movie time's over. That was a good glimpse as to what's coming with PlanetSide 2. And I gotta say, guys, I saw that and I was like, yeah, I want to play. I want to get in. I want to get in that beta, like now. Looks like it's going to be a big game. Now, and those of you who've played PlanetSide before know at the massivity. Ooh, I just made up a word. The massiveness of a game. So MMO FPS is it's a persistent world where you capture bases, and it's a first-person shooter. You customize your character. You level up. It's going to be interesting to see if it does better than the first game, because I think the first game didn't get a lot of love from the media and press. I think the players endured it. I played a lot of it. I didn't get very high because back then I wasn't very good at first-person shooters on PC. No, I wasn't. I played Quake, but this was a lot slower than Quake. But PlanetSide 2 is looking really good, guys. Check it out over on joystick.com. They got the details about this wonderful game going into alpha. Go to planetside2.com to sign up for it. Now we're going to shift gears and talk about the PlayStation. Now we're on Sony. And these are some more rumors. And as we get closer to PAX and as E3 approaches, I think the rumor mill is going to start churning a little bit faster. But the next PlayStation is going to be codenamed Orbis, according to this rumor. And the most interesting part of this rumor is that it's going to be x86 based. They're talking about it's using an AMD X64 processor and an AMD Southern Islands GPU, which is not only capable of displaying 3D games at full 1080p, but regular non-3D games at 4096 by 2160. So they may be abandoning the cell technology, cell processors, or this just could be dev boxes. You know, take it for what you will. But if they do move towards x86, I will be one of those who will say thank you, because I think if they move towards the x86 platform, it will bring porting games to a level where it needs to be. Because right now, PC games are getting the short end of the stick when it comes to porting games. Now, a lot of developers are claiming that they're focusing on PC more because of all the outcry of the PC gamers. But if you're on the same platform, hopefully it won't take 5 years or 4 years to get it down, get it right. Because those first set of ports, and I think about the Xbox 360, the PS3 ports mainly, I'm thinking about now when I say the ports were terrible. The developers didn't really know how to leverage the platform very well. So it was a learning process, and the ports were terrible. I mean, games were looking better on 360 than they did on the PS3. There were better frame rates on 360 because 360 was their lead platform. So there's other rumors out there I've seen that Microsoft may be moving towards the x86 platform. Maybe that will bring better quality games across all platforms, which is what I want. I own all the consoles. I own all the consoles. Have my broomstick and all the consoles. And I want to see them all succeed. Even the Wii U. Yeah, the Wii U. So PlayStation 4, codename Orbis. Rumors are abound. x86 stuff coming at you. That the non-3D games at 4096 by 2160. I don't know. I don't know if I want to play Angry Birds at a high resolution or not. But this is rumored to be coming holiday 2013. So it looks like they're trying to beat the 360 to the market. Now, those of you who are saying, well, Sony promised us that we'd have a 10-year life on the PS3. Why are they coming out with a new console so fast? Well, what a lot of gamers don't understand in that respect is that just because you have a 10-year life doesn't mean that a new console can't come out within that 10 years. That means that the platform will be supported and new games will come out for that platform for a span of 10 years. So the console can be out for 6 or 7 years and a new one can come out and you can still be supporting it. Like the PlayStation 2, which is still, kind of strong. Even though we don't see a whole lot of new games on the PlayStation 2, that platform is still very, very strong. So check it out, guys. PlayStationLifestyle.net has the details about the new PlayStation, codename Orbis, with some solid rumors. And while we're talking about the PlayStation, let's talk about Journey, which I still haven't bought. I'm trying to buy this game. I don't know why I won't turn on my PlayStation. I know why. Too many games. Journey, which was made by that gaming company, as again, they have done it again. They wowed us with Flow, and they enthralled us with Flower. I remember I streamed Flower. People were like, wow, that was awesome. But then, people who look in from the outside and say, oh, you play a game where you're controlling wind? That's stupid. It's a good game. It was a good game. Journey is kind of on that same vein, and it is the fastest selling PSN game ever. And if you've seen gameplay or if you played this game, you know how much of a difference it is from the other games out there. It's a very short game, like 2 hours, I think, in gameplay. But people will tell you that it is worth every penny. And many people have replayed it over and over again, knowing what's going to happen. But the journey, quote unquote, journey, is what keeps them coming back. And that gaming company has always been very, very good with music. I mean, when I think back to Flow, when I think back to Flower, the soundtracks in those games were awesome. And Journey, from what I hear, I've seen some people stream this game, it's just as good. So check it out, guys. Journey, the fastest selling PSN game, I should say, from that gaming company. And they took down Infamous, too. As the fastest selling game. So that is big news. Here's a quote that says, we have received more letters from fans in 2 weeks since Journey's launch than we did from Flower over the past 3 years. You can just go on Twitter and just search for Journey, and you'll see how many people are giving this game nothing but positive accolades. I rarely see anybody say anything negative about it. Check it out, guys. I got details over on Journey. And for our final story, and kind of a bittersweet type of deal, Journey, on the heels of a success, they're losing employees. Number one, which is mentioned in this article briefly, their co-founder has moved on. What's her name? Kelly Santiago. Yeah, Kelly Santiago. She's the female face. Remember, you see interviews with that gaming company founders. Kelly Santiago. She's the female face of that company. She moved on, and now their producer, Robin Hunicke, is leaving the studio as well. So I saw this and I was like, man, what did Sony say? What did they do? I mean, the reasoning, when they talked about Kelly Santiago's departure, she says she wanted to do new challenges, which sometimes can translate to, I don't want to do what they're trying to make me do anymore. So I got to think that since Sony does own this studio now, that there's been some big push from the top to do certain types of games. It could be a big PlayStation Move thing like they did with SOCOM, and that gaming company was like, we don't want to do all of that. I don't know. They've been very. The reason I respect that gaming company is that they've been very, very unique with their games, and they they go their own way. They're usually very, very different from what we see. But these people leaving the studio, you got to think there may be something going wrong there. In spite of all the success, there could be something happening. So check this story out, guys. On PlayStationLifestyle.net, people are just leaving that gaming company. And the producer's moving on to an MMO, a browser-based MMO called Glitch, with a studio called Tiny Speck. But we haven't heard what Kelly Santiago is going to do next. Gotta wonder about the future of the company. I mean, one of the founders leaves, the producer leaves. What are they gonna do next? Check it out, guys. PlayStationLifestyle.net has the details, and that concludes all of my stories we have for Game Chat 1 episode 53. We're gonna move on to user submitted stories, where you guys submit stories over on our forums at Bwana.tv/forums.
Do you love Game Chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
Head up to our forums at Bwana.tv/forums. Sign up, become a part of our community. Your emails may take a little time to get to you. I'm working on an issue with our forums. Sometimes your email confirmations take a while, so you just wait a few hours for it to come. Bwana.tv/forums. We got our show links up on the Bwana shows, Bwana TV section. And you guys can read about our stories and then submit stories that are not already part of ours. Now, I put a big disclaimer here about April Fools. Because if you post a link that was posted on April Fool's Day, there's a big chance that it's not true. So I didn't want people posting stories like, oh, they're going to be adding a new Zerg Tamagotchi game from Blizzard and, treating it like it's true, So a lot of false stuff coming out on April Fools. So here we go. Nicholas Fun Stuff says, Microsoft responds to claims of Xbox 360 hard drives storing old credit card info. I think I read about this, about how hackers can get your credit card number off of an old Xbox. And they responded. Microsoft says, we are conducting a thorough investigation into researchers' claims. We have requested information that would allow us to investigate the console in question. Excuse me. And have still not received the information needed to replicate the researchers' claims. Xbox is not designed to store credit card data locally on the console, and it seems such unlikely credit card data was recovered by the method described. Additionally, when Microsoft refurbishes used consoles, we have processes in place to wipe the local hard drive and use the data. We can assure Xbox. Well, are they doing just a format, or are they doing a secure multipass wipe? Because if they don't do a multipass wipe, I can see how people can recover data from the 360 hard drives. I don't know, but looks like Microsoft's looking into it. And if you're selling the 360, you might want to wipe your hard drive many, many, many times if you have that capability. I don't even know if you can do that on the 360. That'd be good to know if you can. I mean, if somebody can find the link about that, just send me a link on, or send me a forum post, or post it on a forum. Send me a PM on the forum. Yeah, hopefully you can wipe these hard drives on multipass wipes, because you want to scramble the data as much as possible. Multipass, Lilo Dallas, multipass. Thank you, Nicholas Fun Stuff, for the link. Moving on, Sarams, Orcs Must Die 2 announced, now with co-op. It's a great game that I honestly didn't play enough. I played it a couple days, posted some YouTube videos on it, apparently there's a new trailer that's coming out, or that's out already, for the game's debut at PAX East this coming weekend. Robots Entertainment's Orcs Must Die 2 was announced this morning, with a sequel adding a feature that was painfully absent from the original, pretty much co-op. Now, when you play games like Dungeon Defenders, yeah, Dungeon Defenders kind of has the feel of Orcs Must Die with co-op. And I think a lot of people moved towards Dungeon Defenders because it had co-op and Orcs Must Die was single player only. Tower defense, basically third person over the shoulder tower defense, with upgrades and the like. I think Dungeon Defenders has an option for first person as well. But very fun game, guys. If you haven't played Orcs Must Die, the first one, it is a very, very fun game. But it's good to see that co-ops come into Orcs Must Die too. Only 3.4 billion orcs have been slaughtered to date. Man, we got to up the numbers. We are very, very lazy. The only way we can get a respectable orc death toll is by adding another killing machine to cooperative play. Bring a friend and destroy the orcs. So check it out, guys. This is the trailer. I'm not going to play it on here. I don't know if they're going to do anything weird if I play it. So, okay. Thanks for links to ROMs. Have MMOs lost their luster? Yes, luster. It's that thing that smells like mustard, but it's not. That panda. I'm a panda. You're a panda. New details on the next World of Warcraft expansion. Blah, 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 blah. Some former players are now eager to return to that world. Blah, blah, blah. I find myself in a sort of gray area. Blah, 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 blah. I'm always eager to see what blah, blah, blah. The return to blah, blah, blah. We have a smaller dungeons. Blah, 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 blah. Not everyone agrees a wiki create a problem. Blah, 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 blah. So the impact of wikis and extra blah, blah, blah. While wikis add or detract from the game, however, it is not the only thing potentially impact the interest level of players. Here we go. Here's the meat. A perceived lack of innovation is not helping matters as MMOs continue to be released, which can be often summed up to some degree as WoW clones. I agree with that. Fight Miyagi said he left WoW. Fight Miyagi. After the Burning Crusade, they know that Guild Wars 2 is the only such game he's currently interested in trying. I am sick to death of the unholy trinity of tank, damage dealer, healer. Even Terra seems to stick to that formula, even though it is an action MMO. It's true that many MMOs fall into the trap of blah, 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 blah. This is a very long article. So, yeah, have MMOs lost their luster? And I think the question, or the answer to that question is no, they haven't. I think players of MMOs are playing entirely too much of these MMOs. When you play a lot of one genre, you get tired of it. And when a new game comes out, it's very similar in that same genre. And you get tired of it. Just imagine if you played platformers all the time. That's all you played for 14 hours a day. That's what people put. That's how much time you put in MMOs. And arguably, MMOs are the one genre where people spend the most time in the game. People don't COD for 14 hours a day. They don't, you know, they do, but it's not an everyday thing. A lot of these MMO players spend massive amounts of time, and so I think they're just getting burned out. The genre is what it is. It's a fun genre, but if you play it, you know, in moderation, it can remain fun. If that's all you do, you're going to get tired of it. You're going to be looking for something new and refreshing. Guild Wars 2, while it is trying to go outside of what they call the unholy trinity, the damage dealer, the healer, and the tank, players are going to still do it. They're going to find ways to come up with build or group compositions. And if you try to do something outside the box in MMOs, a lot of times you don't last very long. A lot of people are like, oh, you can't do that. You can't have two healers in a group. That's dumb. You're like, why not? Maybe I want to, you know, beat on a monster for an hour longer than other people. Maybe we just don't want to die, so we'll bring two. No, that's stupid. Go to wikipedia.wiki.wiki.pandasofmysteria.com. You will clearly see that there is a clear advantage to having only one healer, one damage dealer, and one tank for a more efficient killing spree. Now, as you progress through the dungeon, you'll find that there are all kinds of ways to die. You need to have your healer in a certain spot. You need to form a triangular formation, have the damage dealer circle the mob, and then be able to do debuff, and then you can bring a debuffer if you want. It's, you know, that's how MMOs are. People, they just think if something's the most efficient way, it's the only way you can do it. And it's a video game. Doesn't always have to be the most efficient way. And it can be very, very aggravating when someone tells you how to play a game. Especially if you're having fun. If you're having fun playing a game and somebody comes along and say you're doing it wrong, you should slap them in the face. You have my permission. If you're playing Mario and you're running backwards and you're sliding and you're going and somebody stands over your shoulder and going, that's so stupid. Why are you doing that? You take your hand, you form a cusp like this, and then you smack them on the left cheek. Smack them. Pow! I was having fun until you came along and ruined it with your shenanigans telling me how to play my game. You don't have to say that part, but smack them, slap them. I hate when people do that. It's so... If you're having fun, that's the idea. That's why you play games. You play it how you want to play. So, MMOs don't do that. People, you have to play a certain way or you won't find a group. Like, get out of my guild. That's the person that does stupid stuff. But I'm having fun. I don't care. Go away. I hate your face. All right, so Rom, check it out. Thanks for this rhymes. Thank you. Imrandil. Terra PvP Battlegrounds won't be in at launch. Delayed until late summer. I did not read this. Terra fans who were looking forward to promote their medal in PvP Battlegrounds at launch are in for a bit of disappointment. And Mass Community Manager Minea stopped by the forums a few days to give fans an update on game's development. And doing so, revealed that Battlegrounds will not be in the game when it launches in May. Ooh, that's bad. But before you can take to the forums and kick up a frenzy, keep in mind that just because Battlegrounds won't be available on launch, goes on to announce that Battlegrounds are planned to be added in the game late this summer. We hope that the extra development time will allow Battlegrounds to be nice. Blah, 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 blah. Until then, players will have to make do with open world PvP and guild versus guild battles. That's disheartening because I did want to do some Battlegrounds while I played my Terra characters. I wasn't going to focus on it primarily. My main motivation behind Terra is the in-game big giant monster hunter like monsters. But, you know, the open world PvP is going to be another element, I guess. And guild versus guild for control of areas is going to be another. But that's disheartening. I mean, they've had a long time. This is pretty much out in Korea. Why is, I don't know. I'm not too happy about that. But it's not going to ruin the game for me. But I don't think there's a good excuse for not having that ready. Especially since the game's been out almost a year in Korea already. All right. Thanks for the story, Imrandil. Imrandale. Christian O'Mell. Not trying to get sued. Gives it. Oh, April Fools. Okay. This is an April Fool's joke. Notch named his new game Mars Effect. Next story. That's a Mass Effect 3 story. Skipping. Endless. Valve actively seeking Linux devs. Valve is actively seeking Linux devs. It says, we are running into a bunch of performance issues in Linux drivers. 50 millisecond draw calls between the driver and compiling a shader. We'd like to hire someone to work on these performance issues. If you know anyone... This is a letter from Gabe, actually. I have not played any Steam games on Linux, so maybe you guys can help me out. I did not know that... the Linux drivers were having such a big problem. With the rapid rise of Android as a gaming platform, the recent changes to the Linux kernel, which integrate Android code, is every reason for developers to start treating open source more seriously. Yeah. Steam does support Linux, what I remember. I know it's on Mac. Yeah, I think it is on Linux as well. Do they have official Linux support, or do you have to do it in Wine? I don't remember. I'm very behind the times. I gotta do more research. I used to be all on top of Linux, big time. I was big time on top of Linux. Now I'm like way behind in terms of gaming. Last time I was doing gaming on Linux, it was what's the name of that? Sediga. Yeah, that was the last thing I tried with Linux game. I was all on Sediga. All right, thanks for the story, Endless, and EA could be the worst company in America. Worst company in America, final death match. Bank of America versus EA. I think I saw this, yeah. The final battle for the Golden Poo. There can be only one. So EA and BOA, that's just hard to say, are fighting for the worst company. I think this is in terms of customer feedback or customer... let's read. WCIA, worst company in America, but what are the criteria for this? Bank of America slides way into the WCIA brackets, only to end up in the final death match against a rookie. EA, these contenders share a ravenous desire to swallow up smaller competitors in their repetitive industries with little to no regard possible consequences. Bank of America expanded through the entire decade leading up to the collapse of the housing market, blah, 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 false foreclosures, blah, 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 blah. EA has made a habit of sniffing out some of the best smaller video game companies, which are then acquired for intellectual properties or to remove a competitor from the marketplace. Mass consolidation, blah, 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 blah. EA is among the industry leaders, pushing more and more transactions in users' gaming experience. So, who's going to win? Vote for the final death match. Okay, so this is basically a user vote. The results will be announced at noon on Wednesday, April 1st. Now, I'm a customer of Bank of America, and I don't have all the problems that people have, so I'm going to vote for EA. Your freaking packs. Your shortcut packs, you suck. Ooh, brackets. AT&T. This is cool. AT&T beat out, like, ever. Why is Google here? Apple? Facebook? Ticketmaster, Spirit Airlines, PayPal. Wow, PayPal got beat by Walmart. Wow. Best Buy, Target, EA. Wow, EA just smashed everybody in their bracket. Comcast. Comcast lost? Wow. This is pretty cool. Worst company in America. And if you're a marketing expert for these companies or a PR representative, you probably should be paying attention to this. Just keep your ear to the ground and see what your customers are saying about you. All right. And Foxy's trolling with a boxy image. Minor, but I'll throw it in. Operation Raptor success. Oh, Hypno. Mass Effect. Oh, boy, if I didn't play this, I would not click on this, but I did play it. This is Mass Effect multiplayer. So, yeah, I played Mass Effect multiplayer this weekend. That's the only reason why I'm talking about this. And we were supposed to promote 2 characters. I do like Mass Effect multiplayer. It's a lot of fun. Promote 2 characters, and they try to get a total of 150,000 promotions. Admiral Hackett says that we have successfully done it, and we should get some nice weapon packages. We had a record number of soldiers promote last weekend, over 350,000, shattering our previous community goal of 150,000. Victory packs and commendation packs will arrive no later than Wednesday, April 4th. Make sure to redeem them and begin training your new recruits. So we should have that stuff on Wednesday. Operation Beachhead is scheduled to deploy next weekend. What is with these operations every weekend? I have other games to play. I got Blacklight Retribution. I got Tribes of Sin. I got Ghost Recon Online. I got the Diablo clone thing. I got Dota 2. I got League of Legends. I got Bloodline Champions. I reinstalled that. I got freaking Minecraft just sitting there laughing at me because I haven't played that. I got something line. Team Fortress 2 is calling me. I've played that. They got new hats and stuff. I haven't had a hat and hats stuff. Freaking Super Monday Night Combat. Just started playing that. Super fun. That's 9 games right there. It's 9 games. 9 games, EA. 9 games. And you keep throwing these operations on my weekends. I got a Terra Beta this weekend. Terra Beta, April 6th through 8th. The next Terra Beta. All these freaking games. That's 10 games, EA. 10 games. Too many games. Thanks for story. All right. And if that's, let's see if that's all the stories. Let's see. Oh, guess what time it is, y'all? Guess what time it is? It's title time, boy. Title time. Title times when you guys come up with snazzy titles. Stuff to match what we talked about in the show. You know what I'm saying? That's when you guys say, hey, let's make it, let's do it. Let's start reading these. Title, I want to get on the PlanetSide tool. Shortcuts to the Best Buy. Just too many games. Zipper's lips unzipped. Journey to the center of the PlanetSide. Jimmy, want to play some COD? No one bought Best Buy. Sega's saga may be almost over. Sony zips up Zipper. That gaming company's members going out on a journey. The journey for Zipper's Interactive is over. Amazon is the Best Buy. The Sega regroup. Shortcut are for noobs. Pay to win the battle. Best Buy bought it. Journey through shortcuts on the battlefield. Layoff with the layoffs. Sega and Best Buy close their zippers. Zipper Interactive is off the PlanetSide. EA sucks. Zipper rides off into the sunset. I'll buy Battlefield 3 servers for $1. Privacy has its price, $1.50. Journey is selling fast PlanetSide. Operation cut out losses and take a journey elsewhere. All that stuff and more. Battlefield 3's new shortcuts brings the new dirt class. Battlefield FTP, free to play. Battlefield 3, now pay to win. Pay for success, so that EA can succeed. Shortcuts are for noobs. Your zipper is unzipped. 2 + 2 = Orbis. Magical Drop 3 for Xbox Live. PSN's Epic Journey. Hunicke's new journey to Tiny Speck. Sega Zipper caught down on the battlefield. 3. Journey's glitch. Hunicke leaves. ATM 360. Amazon plus Newegg = modern day Best Buy. MMOs blah blah blah. Shortcuts shameful display. EA use shortcut. It's not effective. Alright, I gotta start picking some. Oh snap. I clicked on the wrong spot. There's another one that I laughed. That caught my attention. There it is. I feel like Beavis and Butthead over here. There we go. 3. I think we're gonna have another one. I see more titles now. EA is the worst, but Boxy is numero uno. Hugh. EA or B of A. Hard to say. Oh, that's good. Closings, layoffs, and free guns. Bo Jackson for 2012. All right. I think Nick did that one already. Layoffs. Oh, that was you. All right. Yeah. All right. We're going to do this fourth one. All right. 4 titles. 4 titles. Vote. Vote. I'm going to paste them in chat so you don't have to read the screen. All right. Vote, vote. Vote, vote. Vote, 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 vote. Title Time, episode 53. What will it be on here? Yep. All right. Wrapping it up. 10 more seconds. All you mobile guys are probably caught up by now. I know there's like a 30-second delay on the mobile devices. Here's another one for you, Christian Nomel. Alright, you're too short. Too slow. The results are... The winner is 2! Amazon is the Best Buy. Congratulations, who did that? I should have put the name. Oh, random person 21119. Congratulations, you are the winner of Title Time. You have won Game Chat with Bwana accolades. We don't have physical prizes here. We have shiny virtual, personal, ego-boosting stuff that we call Game Chat with Bwana accolades that we hold at high esteem. And we say Game Chat with Bwana accolades are worth more than chocolate-covered strawberries on a Sunday afternoon. Them accolades are something serious. Take them, hold them, caress them, and you have a whole week to brag that you are the Game Chat with Bwana Title Time winner for episode 53. Episode 53, congratulations, random person 2111111111111111119. Oh. Haha. And oops, and that concludes episode 53 of Game Chat with Bwana. I want to thank everybody for coming by today. Had a good time doing the show. We were a little late. We're here at live.bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We do this every Monday night at 6 p.m., but we started late tonight at 8 p.m. I apologize again for being late, but follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Bwana. You can be abreast and kept up to date as to these last-minute changes because I post them on Twitter. Also, I'm on Google+. Just look for Bwana McCall. I am there. And also, we have a subreddit. For those of you who are on the Reddits, go to /r_BwanaTV. We have a subreddit there on the Reddit side. Also, sign up for our forums at Bwana.tv/forums. Consider our premium package. We're going to be trying to add some new stuff for our premium package owners. $5 a month gets you a bunch of cool stuff, so you get no ads anywhere, and you get some cool stuff. Also, we are going to be... my brain just went blank right there. Congratulations, Bwana. You are dirt. Thanks, everybody, for watching Game Chat with Bwana. We're going to be posting these, trying to get these videos up the same night up on YouTube. So if you missed any part of the show, you came in late, or you just, had to go to my YouTube channel, sign up, and subscribe. youtube.com/IOBuffa. I appreciate all your support. That concludes episode 53 of Game Chat Bwana. I will see everyone next Monday night, same time. Well, not same time. We're going to be on time next Monday, hopefully. Same station. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Happy gaming.